if at all that Okorocha is dead, we are not going to believe Okorocha's spokesperson. All the spokespersons, publicity, you know, media persons for all these governors, presidents, ministers, commissioners in Nigeria, they are liars. They are just like Lai Mohammed. You know, what they tell you is always the opposite. So that's why I'm always saying that I'm the kind of person that don't wish anybody dead. I'm not wishing Okorocha death. I don't think so. That in my life I wish anybody dead. But it is whatever a man, you know, so he repeat it while alive or dead. I don't know what I understand. Yes. But to me, this Okorocha spokesperson is a liar. If Okorocha is dead, they won't tell you. If Okorocha is still alive, they won't tell you. But when they know that if they said he's dead, it's not favoring them, they will say no, he's alive. And actually, when they know that if Okorocha is alive, if he's alive, is not favoring them. It's favoring some people. They will say no, he's dead. I don't really understand where I'm going. So what I'm trying to say is that I know him as a half Igbo, half Hausa, a man who is having many, you know, scholarship students on his payroll. I don't know what I understand. Yeah. But mostly in the north. He actually educated the mid-belt. He grew up in Plateau State. That's where he comes from. He was there, he made his money as a government contractor. Nobody even actually knew him in Igbo land. It was of recent that Okorocha migrated from the north into the southeast, where the whole world believed his paternity, you know, is from. I don't know what I understand. So he gave them scholarship in the mid-belt, that's Plateau, Taraba, Nasarawa, in the north there. None has been given scholarship in the southeastern Nigeria by Rochas. Actually, if Rochas has given many in the southeast, it should be when he was governor of Imo State. So that is Imo State's government money. When Okorocha was campaigning, he said, actually, I will give many students free education. Before he said Jackson Robinson, a hawker, small girl that was selling granite, he said, hey, come, carry down your granite, come. He gave that girl scholarship up to university level, but from Imo State government purse. It wasn't his money. See, from that, the Imolites were seduced into voting Okorocha that first tenure of 4 years. And Okorocha promised them free education. That was Bubu Yaya free education. Okorocha, during his first tenure, gave Ndimo Bubu Yaya free education. What did I say? Bubu Yaya. Bubu Yaya is not a complete thing. Bubu Yaya is like 419 free education. Bubu Yaya. And he gave them that Bubu Yaya free education. Then, on his second coming, he almost siphoned 75% Imo State government public fund into his private force, formed a Minister of Enjoyment. The first man, his inception of Minister of Enjoyment in Nigeria started with Rochasokorocha. His in-law, he formed a foundation for his wife, a foundation that international organizations were bringing millions of dollars into. As if that was not enough, Okorocha erected Jacob Zuma, the then South African president, his effigy or statue in Owerri, costing over almost 1 billion naira to erect that statue. So this is the man that is in line with all the political juggernauts in the north, in the south, in the west, and the southeastern Nigeria, getting away our commonwealth into their private purses. Okorocha was among the political rogues in Nigeria. I'm not trying to paint him gold by telling the whole world that I don't support his death. Actually, I don't. But all his antecedents are in my head. Okorocha is not the right person that we can actually eulogize. A eulogium. No, we don't eulogize any bad Igbo man. Okorocha is in line with Ojus Okalo. Okorocha is in line with the like of Uzodinma. Okorocha is in line with the like of what is this man? Dave Omaye. All of them, Peter Mba, Chimaroke Nnamdikanu. I don't understand. All these political juggernauts in the east that have been holding nnamdikanu incarcerated at the DSS facilities. Rochasokorocha is among them. And we actually see how Ojukwu blessed Rochas in 2007, 2008. He actually blessed Rochasokorocha. He anointed him because Rochas contested under Apuga. Yes. And Rochas won. His second tenure was what? A hell for the Ndimo. So all the bubu yaya life that Okorocha lived in Imo State, I think it has to at least come out after him, which is why rumors of his death, people were drinking yesterday in various beer parlor, people were jubilating that Rochas is dead. I've not seen anything good or someone dying, because if he dies, are you going to eat his torso, meat, corpse, or what? He doesn't want celebrating. Anybody that siphon public fund, money that belongs to the orphanage, belongs to the poor, belongs to the entire citizenry, if you siphon that money, you are going to pay back, whether when alive or dead. So this time around, his role when he was killing Mazop people, that time IPOB people did not come in full force. That time they were just, springing up, newly. But he partook on annihilation in large numbers, in their large numbers of the Mazop. When Wazirika was the chairman or president of Mazop. So Rochas partook in killing him. I don't know, in killing Mazop people. So the race the Igbos are fighting for now, that is Biafra agitation. Rochas is aligning with the North. Rochas turns his back on IPOB. He has never come out one day and asked federal government of Ndibu Zoo Republic to at least allow Nnamdi to come out. He has never actually advocated or solicited for Nnamdikanu's release one day. So I don't see anything good about Rochas for Igbo man. And I'm a core Igbo man. I love Igbo man. I've been speaking on the social media every day, specifically for emancipation of Igbo man. I don't really understand. Anything about Biafra is what interests me. And the person of interest I'm talking about now is Nnamdikanu. Could be that Rochas was advocating or soliciting in the past for Nnamdikanu to come out. Nobody should be rumoring about his death. They want him dead because he's a bad man. Yes, Rochas is a bad man.
But his spokesman come and say that he knows people that committed this atrocity of putting it in media that Okorocha is dead. But do you think that it's because of the wickedness that they did to Nnamdikanu? That's what is paying back. You look at Ofa in battle. Do you think that because of what they did to Nnamdikanu, that's what is coming back to us?
Yes, he remember Uzokalo. Okano was looking for Nnamdikanu to kill him 2017, 2018. Uzokalo was looking for him. He ran to Ghana. He went to Britain, everywhere looking for Nnamdikanu. He actually went to yes, that visiting is to give him disease, terminal disease. That's why Nnamdikanu could not have a handshake with him. Uzokalo is a high-profile assassin used by federal government of Nigeria to perpetrate in all manners of criminalities against Igbo man. No, he shouldn't have had a handshake with Nnamdikanu, because we know Uzokalo as a dangerous man is what? Is an errand boy of the North. Is a Fulani errand boy. How could you think that Igbo man would like Uzokalo to have a handshake with Nnamdikanu in DSS facility? When he went that place, Nnamdikanu was just there looking at him. He spoke and talked, and they actually promised him many juicy deals. Nnamdikanu says he's not entering any deal with anybody, that he wants Biafra. Nnamdikanu actually disgraced Uzokalo. Uzokalo went home frustrated and annoyed, seriously dejected and hurt by what Nnamdikanu actually told him. So what we are trying to say is that I'm not saying anybody should die. What I mean is that what you did in Nnamdikanu, remark it very well, tip it, tipper it, or tip it, or italicize it. I don't understand, or underline it well, because later it's coming after you. Okay, look at what is happening to Ipayoba. Was he a good man? Being a good man will allow the community to celebrate you. Being a bad man will allow this community to ostracize you, even dead. Ostracization is when you are dead, you will go into banishment. Or if you are living in the community, they won't be having any transaction or interaction with you. That's the meaning of ostracization. Ostracizing you. I don't understand. But banishment is when you are outlawed sent into exile in the faraway land. Nobody will associate with you for a particular period, arrived as an agreement or reach as an agreement with you. Sometimes 10 years, sometimes 20 years, sometimes 5 years. I'm a true Igbo man. So this time around, if Iba has actually come out to at least tell the whole world that when he was alive, he was a bad man. He wasn't representing Biafrans too well. That's why Newi community has turned their back on his corpse. They said if Iba she will be buried when nnamdikanu is out. That's the agreement.
Okay, sorry. So, but lastly, do you think that as for Okorocha, do you think that because of their service interest, that's why they want one Nigeria? This politician like
yes, you don't need to go too far. Selfish interest makes Ifeanyi Hope Uzodinma, Okorocha, Peter Mba, the Chimaro Kennaman, we know, the former governor of Anambra State. That's why they want one Nigeria. Any politician in Nigerian country that wants what is going on now, celebrating this kind of illegitimate administration, are those people that want the country to remain stagnant. They want what they are benefiting from the country. They want what they are receiving from the federal to remain. They want to remain parasite to the federal, to the detriment or at the detriment of others. I don't understand. But if you see anybody that's telling you, I want Nigeria division, I want Nigeria division, those are good people. Those are people that want every Nigeria to be alive, to be, enjoying infrastructural amenities, to be enjoying, the kind of good things, natural things that God has given us in this country. Those are the people that actually want it. They mean good. They mean well for everybody. So this Hope Okorocha's agitation for, one Nigeria, one country, it is out of what? Self-egoism, selfish interest. That is self-centeredness. I don't understand. Then the same with Uzodinma, the same with Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma is a selfish man. Hope Uzodinma is a man who wants Nigeria to remain one at the detriment, at the risk of the lives of the Igbos. But I want to tell you that one tree can never make a forest. There's no time in history man is dispensable. No man is an island and no man is indispensable. Come what may, Hope Uzodinma, rochasokorocha, Okorocha, there will be things of the past and people will just telling stories about what they did to the Igbo nation.
All you will belong to the people of Biafra. That you are taking to bribe Biafrans again. These are the sense of a fearful people who don't know their left from their right. Person will come and steal your property. Take your property again to bribe you. Person will slap you, finish. Collect your property from their hand and take your property, bribe you again. Say, let us do settlement out of court. Settlement out of court. Just like exactly what Nigeria is doing now to Biafran leaders. Okay, come and have for you well. Have this money. Let us not to go to United Nations. Let us not to talk of restoration of Biafra. What do you think that he cannot reject? He's a politician in Finland. I think there's a district is representing Finland. But because of Biafran cause, he quit from active politics. What else that you give to him that he cannot resist? A whole organized nation like Finland. A whole peaceful nation like Finland. A nation that someone don't like anything. He can be the president at any time. He can talk to the prime minister at any time. No corridor of power. Someone cannot step in Finland at any time. But you see, someone I mistake the new Okorocha them. When I look at someone I look at him as an angel.
But you've not met him one-on-one before.
I have not met him one-on-one, face to face, flesh to flesh.
So how you know?
But when looking at him, his policies, his way he's talking, and the boldness in him, Whenever he appears in camera, you know, I look at him as an angel. Because the angels of this time cannot corrupt themselves. The angels of Lucifer have corrupt themselves. Now we are in the time of Jesus Christ. The angels are pure. So I look at Simon Ekpa as a pure man. Therefore, the corruption of Babylon, the corruption of Sodom and Gomorrah cannot affect him. Simon Ekpa is a gold, a refined gold that have passed through fire, through so many furnaces, and become a refined gold, become a pure gold that cannot be dent.
So they cannot put dent in him.
They cannot put dent in him. He's just like a Christian water, that cannot be polluted. Therefore, all the whole lobbies and bribing of Nigerian government or whosoever from Nigeria, individual or group of people, cannot have any impact in Simon Ekpa. It cannot have any impact in Simon Ekpa because Simon Ekpa have read the shoe of Nnamdikanu. Because Nnamdikanu refused for Nigerian bribe. Are you well, Vice President, amount, house in Dubai, so and so places, because Nnamdikanu refused all of them, push all of them aside. Then they decided to kidnap him. That's why they kidnapped Nnamdikanu. And Simon Ekpa read the shoe of Nnamdikanu. Is it this was the first time they are trying to bribe Simon Ekpa? He said no. If Simon Ekpa will collect, he collect it at initial stage. Not now that God have already finalized the whole thing. God have already finalized the restoration of Biafra. Is it now that Simon Ekpa will back out? Now the whole world have come to his end. Now the whole world are focusing upon him. Now the whole world are listening to him. Is it that Simon Ekpa will back off? Remember, Simon Ekpa said he will not hand mantle of struggling or agitation to the oncoming generation. That this present generation, Biafra government in exile, Simon Ekpa, Nnamdikanu will hand over the baton to oncoming generation, baton of freedom, baton of restoration of Biafra, baton of the glory of God in Biafra is what we hand over to the upcoming generation. Then how do you think that he can back out? How much are they going to pay him? But they give him Nigeria president 8 years. That bygone, that one have gone. Okay, what are you going to give him? Oil well. What oil will belong to him? Oil will belong to the people of Biafra. Then you are taking to bribe Biafrans again. These are the sense of a fearful people who don't know their left from their right. Person will come and steal your property. Take your property again to bribe you. Person will slap you, finish it. Collect your property from your hand and take your property, bribe you again. Say, let us do settlement out of court. Settlement out of court. Just like exactly what Nigeria is doing now to Biafra leaders. Okay, come and have all you well. Have this money. Let us not to go to United Nations. Let us not to talk of restoration of Biafra. Take all you well. Take money. Just like that. When you beat somebody finish, offend somebody finish, come and say, okay, let us go out of court, settlement. How much will I give you? Where you are the one that steal that person's property. And money you got from that his property he said, you take it to settle him again out of court. What type of settlement is that?
If they give him what he cannot reject,
What do you think that he cannot reject? He's a politician in Finland. I think there's a district is represented in Finland. But because of Biafran cause, he quit from active politics. What else that you give to him that he cannot resist? A whole organized nation like Finland. A whole peaceful nation like Finland. A nation that someone don't like anything. He can be the president at any time. He can talk to the prime minister at any time. No corridor of power. Someone cannot step in Finland at any time. But because of Biafran cause, he forsook them. Quit in active politics in Finland. Now you say, what of it they give him, offer him what he cannot resist? What is he cannot resist? Is it also rock that he cannot resist? What is some money that cannot resist that will come from Nigeria? Is it truth and fairness? There is no truth and fairness in Nigeria. Is it equal rights? Where is that equal right in Nigeria? Is it freedom of expression? Where is that the freedom of expression in Nigeria? That will make someone else to back down and drop Biafra and forsake Nnamdikanu. And the rubbish, the glory God has put upon him, the crown of honor God has put upon him. I've sent the angels to put it upon Simon Ekpa. Is it what Simon Ekpa come and rubbish? With empty, frustrated, unfulfilled promises of Nigeria. Yeah? Okay, look at it. All the whole Biafrans that are fighting for Nigeria, where are they? All of them come home without nothing. Now, the Southeast governors or politicians have been used and done. Now, they are using Akpabio. They are using Akpabio from South. They see that the Igbos in South are they have separated themselves like not the Woko who come out to speak. Do you know what Okorocha is under surveillance now? Because Okorocha come out and said, I am Igbo man. I am from Delta State. I am Igbo man, and he support every Igbo cause. This is why the eyes of government now is on Okorocha. Do you understand? Now they want to use other ethnic nation in South, like Akpabio, to see if they can make any impact for the delay of Biafra restoration. But Ekpa is already a failure. He's a failure before the starting. He cannot make impact more than DOS. He cannot make impact more than the late Ifan Yoba. He cannot make any impact more than Ohanes and Igbo. He cannot make any impact more than the late Iwanyang. He cannot make impact more than Uzodinma of Imo State. That is the mean of Imo State. Call himself Uzodinma. He cannot make impact more than him. So Akpabio is a issue, is a dead issue before arrival. You understand? So now they tend to use South. They have Akpabio cannot make any impact against Biafra more than Asidukubo. And where is their impact? He said all of them not a failure. He said all of them not a failure. All of them are failure. So Akpabio, anyway, he will try to make sure he please his master, to collect more bonus, more allowances, and more salary, to deep hand where he's not supposed to deep hand, collect and put to his purse. Nobody probe him. I have to do it. But thank God, I have some Akwa Ibom people who are present in Nigeria, not abroad, that are saying that Akpabio is on his own. That Akpabio being the Senate president, what impact have you done to them in Akwa Ibom? And remember, Akwa Ibom is speaking only, Akpabio is saying only Akwa Ibom. He's not saying of Cross River. He's not saying of Bayelsa. He's not saying of rivers, only Akwa Ibom. And remember, they will like to use Akwa Ibom to counterize the good work of Philip Effiong. You know, Philip Effiong started with Biafra until death. So they want to use him again from Akwa Ibom to counterize the good effort of Philip Effiong. But the spirit of Philip Effiong will not allow Akpabio to succeed. The spirit of Philip Effiong will not allow Akpabio to succeed, to trash Biafra down. Akpabio will never succeed. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
So whatever he does, there will not be headway.
There will not be headway. He will still meet the rock. He still hit the rock as others hit the rock and fall back. He will still hit the rock. With his forehead, he will hit the rock and fall back as others fall back.
But why do you think that Akpabio is, consistently, even in the Senate sittings, always consistently talking about Simon Ekpa and the Southeast, as regards Ekpa being the governor of the Southeast? Why do you think that it's so pain? They are losing a big money.
You know why? Because all these years, from Wazirike to Nnamdikanu to Simon Ekpa, no period that Biafra is looking straight forward of success than this present time. And I probably have think, if Simon Ekpa and Biafra succeeded today, the money he will be collecting as Senate president and other lootings will come to halt. You understand? Because there's no way again they can exploit oil and gas mineral resources from Biafra land. And they have think what he will lose from not the next 2 years or 3 years for this first time to clear off. And they have planning again how they will rig in 2027 and end up in 2031 or so. So he was planning now so that in the next election, he will have opportunity to remain as Senate president and continue to be eating, siphoning Biafra mineral resources in the name of one Nigeria. So that's all he's fighting. But he cannot succeed. This is why he's wild to stop Biafra. This is why he's wild against Ekpa. But I thank God, the person is talking on the door is waiting for him. The person is talking on this door is waiting for him. Even before his hand, we reached to knock on that door. That hand may cut off by the owner of the house, Ekpa.